Hi, my name is Cristian, and in this video I'm going to attempt to do a speed audit for this customer that just asked me to review their store. This video is for him, but I thought that I give you a sneak peek in how I do this sort of thing, how I audit a website, a Shopify store, and how I come up with some solutions to improve the speed and to improve the usability of the store. So let's just dive into it. I'm going to review 3 pages which Shopify uses normally to measure your store. So it's the home page, it's a collection page, and it's a product page. So on this store, which looks really nice, it's a great design and it all seems to be right. If you run speed tests on these pages that I just talked about, so the home page, you will see that all the vitals have passed. So that means the speed should be good. But if you scroll down, you will see that you have an 18 score for this page. So in the first moment, I thought that these will mean that the store has a good speed, but instead I got this result here. And if I measure all of them, so the results on all the pages, this is the collection page, this is 38, a little bit better, and this is the product page, which is even worse than the home page. All of them combined should result in a speed of 20% or so, more or less. This here are the results now, but if we're gonna go on the store and actually do some changes, these results will change. So you're gonna have different errors or different things to fix, because Google is displaying here the top things that you should take care of. Once you get one of these off your list, then some other might pop up and you will have to deal with those as well. So the first thing I saw on this store is the JavaScript, which is delaying the store with 2.7 seconds. And these are the apps. This is the first thing I always tell merchants, just to take a look in their apps and try to get rid of the apps that don't give any value, or they don't add up to your sales, or they don't help you with the process, or anything that might be beneficial for the store. If it's something just visual or something that you don't use anymore, or you just have to remove those apps, because they will load up their assets and they will slow down your store. So in this case, I see here Facebook, which should stay there. I don't know why they are loading up 2 times, maybe. Yeah, it seems like a different thing, but it might be the same thing. Maybe you have the pixel or some Facebook code added twice or in 2 ways. Maybe you've added Facebook manually on the theme.liquid, and then you've installed the app as well, and they're bringing the script 2 times. You have to check on that. But other than that, it's okay to see pixels in here. You can see Google, Facebook, whatever, because they need to be on the page right away to measure the interaction with the user. If you go lower, you see here there is a widget.js file, which is most likely an app. So if I go to the page and refresh, I don't see anything social here. So there is no widget or nothing that would tell me that this is an app that must load directly on page load. So this is the thing, apps are trying to load their assets as soon as you load the page, because they want you to have a good experience with their app. For example, if you install an app that has a widget that's visible, they want you to see that widget right away, so that you have a good feeling about their app and continue paying their fees. But that app doesn't have to load up directly if it's not absolutely needed. I mean, if you have an application that is serving your sales funnel, or it's serving your customers in some way, then yes. But in this case, I don't see any social app, so I'm guessing this app can be loaded later. it can be stopped from loading in the first second and maybe triggered to load whenever you scroll down or people are interacting with the page, but not directly on page load, because as I saw here, this one has also some styling. Later I'm gonna get to it, and that styling is also loading up and blocking the load of the page, and that means everything has to wait for their assets to load, and then the rest of the page is loaded. Then I see PostScript here. I'm not sure what that does on the page because I don't see any pop-up or anything that from PostScript. They are doing something relating to messaging or SMS or building a list and stuff like that, but I don't know if they need to load up their assets right away also in this case, because I don't see anything that would tell me that in the first second people have to see something from PostScript. So this can be also delayed. Then we have Hotjar, which is good. You need to measure your interaction. And then we have something from Shopify. We have a jQuery, which might be loaded for some functionality or by some app. This has to be also reviewed and maybe removed if possible. And this is from another app, which also might or can probably be delayed or removed completely. So once you have removed some of these, you will have less time blocked here, and you can go to other things like image sizing. If you look in here, they say that some of these images are too large for mobile. So yeah, they are not that big, but they are bigger than necessary. These images can be smaller whenever you are loading up a page on a mobile device. So if you check them out, you will see that they are quite big for a mobile device, and that can be easily fixed. Once you have done that, you can go and see the CSS that's blocking the loading of the DOM, and we have again the social widget thing, which is fairly large. It can be removed if that app is not absolutely necessary in the first moment whenever the site is loading up. And this ones look good. This looks like the critical CSS that you have to load up whenever you are loading the store. Then we have some small things that we can do, and this add up. So if you gonna remove that social widget that's blocking that we talked about, this will go away as well, and you see it has some delay. Then you can also, I don't know where this comes from, but we can find a better solution than having a picture that has a button, and we can remove that and have that section. I don't know where it's coming from, but we can have that done in the right way. Then I see here that PostScript is also duplicated. Depends on how it's implemented. This can be caused by various things, but we can take a look at that and maybe remove the duplications if there are any. Then we don't have to lazy load images that are directly in view, like for example this image here, the carousel. The first image should not be lazy loaded. At the moment it is, so you see it has here loading lazy, and that's hurting the speed because this image is not loaded right away, and it creates some layout issues because of that. So always when you have a carousel on top, you have to lazy load the images that are not in view, like the second, the third, and so on, but the first one you should not lazy load in any way. After that's done, we can look at whatever we have here, and they say we should minify some of these. They are coming from some apps probably, and some of them we cannot actually minify, but if we can, we should. The text compression is normally on for Shopify, but this is coming from an Amazon asset again from some app. If we can, we should contact the app's support if we still want to use that app and ask them why they are not having their compression on. I'm not sure if they will do anything about that, so you could just leave it there. If you want to use the app, you will always have this here until they take care of their assets. But if you don't really use that app, you should just get rid of it. So once you take care of all of this here as much as you can, you will not be able to address some of them. But if you take care of the main ones, you will see that these ones will reduce as well. There are other things that can be done, but you should investigate your homepage, your collection page, and your product page, and see, because in some instances you might have apps and scripts and assets loaded up differently from one to another. You can have a app that loads up on your product page, you can have an app that runs on your collection page, and you should take care that those issues are fixed, and then you should be able to rise this up to a better level than it is at the moment. And there are obviously other things that can be done, more advanced things, but these are the main things that you can address to have your speed improve. It's quite a shame to have such a store like this one that looks as good as it does and has good vitals and everything, to have such a low speed. By addressing these main things here, you can improve it and we can have it run faster and have a better experience for the customers. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. This is how I am assessing potential customer stores, and this is how you can do that as well. If you like videos like this, if you want to see me do this again, do like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.